What's going on, guys and gals? It's me, JT, and not only am I bringing you a new angle in this video today, I'm also bringing you a new angle on some recent controversy that has appeared in the Animal Crossing New Horizons community. Now, before we even begin, I want you to take a very good look at this image. I want you to take a look at this image very closely and just see if you can identify any issues going on with this image, whether it may be something that's completely messed up. I just want you to take a second to look at it. Like, what do you think about this image? Do you think that there's a problem with the dog, maybe the girl herself? Do you think that maybe the house looks wrong? There's something that shouldn't be there? Take a strong, good look at this image and try to identify it if you haven't seen the controversy already. And now that you've taken a very good look at this image, I'm going to tell you what the biggest problem with it is, and apparently it is the hair. Now, if you guys and gals aren't familiar with this tweet, it was sent out a couple days ago, and it said, "Cute space buns with a little smiley face." I forget what kind of fucking face that is, but they sent it out with a smiley face, and apparently them calling it cute space buns is what upset a lot of people of color. Now, me as a black individual, I don't really understand where this anger is coming from, because primarily it's Animal Crossing, and I'll get into that a little bit more later, but individuals have been coming out of the dust, just coming out of nowhere, commenting on how these aren't space buns and how these are indeed actually Astro Puffs. Now, I actually went out, I'm going to show you on screen the difference between the two, and I looked it up and I saw that space buns are actually a little bit more curly, they're a little bit more poofy, and they're primarily made from just the general descent of like white people. White people came up with the idea of space buns, and that seems to be what's pissing off a lot of people of color, because when you go and you look at the Astro Puffs, you can tell that Astro Puffs are a little bit more poofy. They're a little bit more they have that natural black hair in there, and it's just sort of made. But the thing about this is that both hairstyles are kind of identical. They're not identical in the sense of format, one's more poofy than the other, but they're kind of identical, and I can see where an individual like this on Twitter would think of them as space puffs. But there's another thing that's pissing me off here today that I wanted to discuss with everybody, and it's the fact that everyone tries to go out and control another person's gameplay experience, especially when it comes to video games. This individual is playing a game called Animal Crossing. If you don't know what Animal Crossing is, it's a very open, it's a very free format game that allows you to just go out, explore, do different things every single day. It's a very open game. It's a very creative game. It pushes the limits of creativity. The sky is the limit, and even then you can go to different things that are far above the sky. So that's the lie there. But Animal Crossing is a very creative game. It allows you to do a lot, not only with your character itself, but with the environment around you. If you wanted to make a fantasy world, you could go and do that. If you wanted to make something that's sci-fi, you could do that too. And if you wanted to go out and make your own home in Animal Crossing, it's completely possible. The same is said for your character's model. In this game, they don't even specify the body models by gender. They just say pick a fit that seems comfortable to you, something that you would want, whether it's more of a female body or more of a male body, and be you, be creative, be what you want to be. And that's the biggest thing behind this game. And my biggest point that I have here with this whole situation is that people are going out, they're calling this individual racist, they're telling this individual to take off their hairstyle and put on something that's more white centric, and they're completely ignoring the fact that Animal Crossing is a game dedicated to being creative, being different, being in your own way. Some people would perceive those as Afro Puffs, some people would perceive that hairstyle as space buns. It's different. We all perceive things in a different way, and I don't understand why individuals are going out and attacking this individual, calling them racist, and starting unnecessary fights in the comment section. I mean, it's Twitter. Let's get that out of the way first. It is Twitter that this is all being hosted on, but it just seems like a very stupid thing to be hosted. There's another person that commented on this fact of me calling it just a video game, and they said this. They said, "It's a video game? Ugh, so? It's the same as if you were to say the N-word is just a word. It's the meaning behind these things. I'm not saying to change it. If you want to be arrogant, go ahead. But when black people say we can't have anything, this is why." Now, I don't really like this ideal post. I don't really like the N-word being involved with anything that's not, you know, racially like this isn't a racist issue. This girl putting on a hairstyle that may look a little bit black centric, that she may have perceived as space buns, does not just mean that she said the N-word. So I don't like the N-word going anywhere near this post, because it seems like the meaning of the N-word, especially the hard R in the past, has just been belittled to the point to where it can be used in such a small circumstance like this. It actually pisses me off a lot. And this issue isn't the only issue. You know, this has happened a couple of days ago. This specific post happened a couple of days ago, but there's another post that caught my attention today in relation to this post that really pissed me off, because people have just gone to the extreme of denying others the ability to play a game. You know, they're going out and they're canceling individuals for choosing their own creative freedoms and making their own choices. In this post right here, it reads this. It says, the following hairstyles available in Animal Crossing New Horizons are for black people. They have cultural significance for black people. They are not for white people. If you are white and play the game, do not wear these hairstyles. Am I alive right now? Are we serious? There are so many things wrong with this post, and I just sort of wanted to point it out, because the problem with this is that segregation was a big thing that a lot of black individuals fought for in the past. You know, we've been fighting for freedom. We haven't even been fighting to be above another race. We've been fighting for equality, and we're still fighting for that today. So I don't understand why posts like this get thrown into the mix and try to make black people, you know, be above white people. You know, it's always been about equality. It's always been about trying to be there and be equal, to have the same opportunities for jobs, to have the same opportunities to walk into buildings and eat the same food as other individuals. It's always been that way since the past. Just look in your local history book, you'll see it right there. You know, with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, it's always been a fight to be equal. I mean, this is just what pisses me off about these types of posts, okay? Because you're going out here, you're saying all of these things, you're telling white people not to wear black people's styles, which I can understand. This is a cultural style. You know, it did come from black communities. These unique styles were brought up from black cultures, but you're telling white people not to do that, and that's sort of creating a lot of segregation. It's creating what the white people put against the black people in the past, and that's something that pisses me off. I mean, if you really wanted to fight for equality, you wouldn't be trying to put yourself in your race above another. That's the exact thing that the white people did in the past, and it's just absolutely unnecessary, especially in a time where we have a lot of things to be grateful for as black individuals. You know, I was able to live in this house. You know, we're able to own a home with me being a black individual. I'm able to walk in the streets without having any issues come to me. I'm able to, you know, just go out and exist and live and go shop in normal stores without being told to get the hell out. You know, racial tensions are still high. I'm not going to say that they're not, but we have a lot of good things as black individuals right now, and we have to keep pushing for that same equality. You know, it's still a battle, of course, but we don't need to push to the point where we're above anybody else, because that just makes us even more worse than the people that tried to put us down a long time ago. And that's where it comes to instances like these. I just really hate people telling me not to be creative. I hate people telling me not to put certain things on in a game when they obviously don't control my gameplay whatsoever. These games are dedicated to individuals of their own, you know, styles, their own unique innovations. People can wear whatever they want in their own game. I paid $60 damn for the game. I better be able to put on whatever the fuck I want to put on. And the thing about it is these people are out here trying to make the rules. And the thing about it is that these skin tones don't exactly just match up with these unique hairstyles. All hairstyles are available for whatever skin tone you are in the game. So I hate that people are trying to go out and make rules that aren't even implemented into the game against other individuals. It kind of pisses me off. I mean, the thing about it is, you know, creators like Bob Ross, who was one of the biggest, most amazing artists that I've watched, that I've seen, that a lot of people have seen and heard of, had an afro. What are you gonna say to Bob Ross? Is Bob Ross racist because he was wearing an afro? No, nobody said anything bad about Bob Ross wearing an afro. You know, like what's wrong with you people? I don't understand why people have to go out of their way and try to ruin the gameplay experience, just try to ruin the experience of people in general that just want to sit down, you know, be a little bit more culturally active, maybe even be more innovative and creative and enjoy their own gameplay. That kind of pisses me off, and I just wanted to discuss that today because I don't know, it just seems like this is the stupidest thing that's ever happened when it comes to the Animal Crossing community, and I was sort of hoping for any other drama to blow up besides this. But I want to know what you guys and gals think in the comments below. I mean, do you guys and gals think like that this is somewhat correct? Do you think that you're on the side of understanding and not understanding, or do you like agree with me 100%? Like, do you think that this is very stupid? Do you think that there's better things to worry about than a fucking hairstyle in a video game? I would love to hear that down in the comments below. Thank you guys and gals for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure to hit that like and the subscribe button, and peace out.